Hello everybody and welcome to my video. I would like to discuss solo mode for my current project, one-page naval battles. It's one-page print-and-play card-driven tactical game with dice about naval battles inspired by World War II. This is part of my update series for solo gameplay. Please check out the first part about more details for solo gameplay, more details about what is this game about. My project is currently live on GameFound. So let's begin with this solo gameplay. For my solo play, I have chosen to play for Great Britain. This is the help sheet for Royal Navy. You can see all information needed for you about what type of vessels you are able to put into your army, information about each vessel, about the speed, about the range, about if it's aircraft carrier or if it's a battle cruiser. You can see for Royal Navy, you can choose between destroyers, represented by 2 red dice, D6 dice, between aircraft carrier, light aircraft carrier, represented by 3 blue dice. There another option is aircraft carrier victorious, represented by 4 blue D6 dice, and then there is a battlecruiser Hood, represented by 3 dice, red dice. You can see also technology. Great Britain already unlocked first technology +1 action point. This is a special treat for Royal Navy. You will have always 1 extra action if you are playing for Royal Navy, and there are multiple other options to unlock during the game. There are extra ship movements, extra plane reach, extra battery range. You can unlock airfield technologies, or you are able to put airfields on the map. There is another options to have a better anti-air guns. You can unlock torpedoes or extra reroll for 1 dice. So I will be playing for Royal Navy, and my virtual solo opponent will be German nation. And you can see here there are also options for my AI opponent to put battleship Bismarck on the map, or there will be cruiser Prince Eugen, there could be submarine, and also my fleet could be attacked by Condor bomber plane. There are also technologies available for my virtual opponent. There are already 3 technologies unlocked for my solo opponent: torpedoes, airfields, and the bomber. And additional options, my virtual opponent is able to unlock extra battery range, also extra ship movement, better anti-air guns, or torpedo range. So let's start with the game. It's very easy. I already printed out map for solo variant. This map is a little bit different than the ordinary map for 2 players or for 3 players, of course. I will discuss a little bit iconography on this map. On the left side, you can see there are 15 crates, and these crates represent army supply for your army supply points. You are starting the game with 15 points. Each time you are recruiting or putting a new ship on the map, you are losing these army points. The better the ship or the bigger the ship, the more points it costs you to put it into the action. On the right side, you can see here is a track for your turns. In this solo mission, you have 15 turns to survive, and each time, each turn, you will be writing down the turn order, so it's easier for you to track the status of the time for this game. On the upper part of the map, you can see there are stars. From the left side, you will be filling these stars each time you are collecting victory points. And from the right side, you will be filling these stars for the enemy. Enemy is also collecting victory points, and at the end of the game, enemy victory points will be minus points for you. So your final score depends not only on your victory points, each time you are able to hit opponent, each time you are able to sink enemy ships and so on, but the final score depends also on the victory points of your opponent. And on this map, you can see there are 6 airfields, and these airfields will be used by virtual enemy player to send bomber planes to attack your naval fleet. At the start of the game, you have to randomly assign the unique number from 1 to 6 to each of this airfield, and these numbers will represent the order in which these airfields will be used. So for our game, I will use a random number, for instance 1, 2, 4, 5, 6. Of course, for your gameplay, you will use rolling the 6 dice to randomly determine this number. But for our example, it doesn't matter. I simply use unique number and assign this unique number to each of this airfield. Okay, I think we are almost ready for the play. I also here a turn structure card, and this is very easy for you to follow. The turns are very easy to follow. Each turn we will be moving ships with the spies, because basically what the enemy is trying, they are trying to reach, they will start on the right side of the map, and the enemy ships are trying to reach our part of the landmass, and on this part there are spies, and the enemy is trying to came to the left side, pick up the spies and go back to the starting position. If the enemy is able to reach our borders and pick up the spies and successfully return with the spy, then our game is lost. We have to avoid this at all costs. So basically, at the start of each game, we have to move ships with the spies. Then we have to select which row will be active for the enemy to deploy ships. We have 15 options, and each time we are filling this unique number, we are tracking our turns, and also there is always less and less options where the enemy is spawning new ships. At the start of the game, it looks like it is not very important, but later on you will see that if you start from the middle, we will start spawning enemy ships in the middle. Then at the end of the game, it will be harder for us to catch the enemy ships which are spawning at the lower side and the upper side of the map. So it's it's very important to choose wisely which row will be the current row for the spawning enemies. And this is the second part of the structure. Then we will roll D4 dice. For normal play, 2-player game and 3-player game, you will use only D6 dice. But for solo, this is a selection of the D6 dice. But for solo game, you also need D4 dice. You will see very soon. The longer we are playing, the more turns are played, the enemy is pushing harder and harder, and they are spending more actions towards the goal, so later on more d4 dice will be added into the pool for the enemy. Okay, and the last part of the turn structure, play up to 2 cards. We will be using cards to play our actions and to deploy our ships. You can use my designs. I created for campaign my own designs for each nation, but you can also use some poker cards, anything with numbers from 2 to 6. So for this game we will be using these cards to deploy our ships and to unlock new technologies and so on. I will be using, at the bottom part of the map, there are options to select the difficulty. Normal difficulty for the game is when you are using all 5 cards. If you would like to use harder options or more difficult options, you have to remove one of the largest value card from the game, and for the even more difficult game we will remove another card, high value card. So for this example I will be using the hardest options, not because I think I am the great player or something similar, but because when we are playing for harder difficulty we need less time to showcase you all the specification of the enemy gameplay and how the new dice will be added to their pools. Okay, so I think we are ready. We have our cards to play during our turn. We have our Great Britain help sheet. We will be using this type of vessels into our army. We have our map. Our airfields are ready with a unique number from 1 to 6. We have a turn structure card and our enemy is Germany and everything is ready to play. So let's start the first turn. Okay, we will use again turn structure cards. So move ships with spies. No ships on the map, so we will ignore this. Write the turn number. So it's our first turn, so I will use one of the row, and this will be the first row for enemy ships to be spawned here, and also we will track turn number here. We have 15 turns to survive. Okay, I marked number 1 here, so this is the location for enemy ships to be spawned here. Now I will roll 2 d4 dice. You will use 2 d4 dice and roll them to show the results. There will be always options for you. Even if you are using dice, there will be always options for you. If you are playing 2-player games, there is no such thing as rolling dice. It's only for solo. Okay, let's say I rolled these numbers. It's easier to showcase this number than do actual dice roll. It's only for example. Okay, so the first turn I rolled number 2 and number 4. I have 2 options now. I am able to deploy the vessel type 2 and give this vessel 4 action, or I will deploy vessel type 4 and give this vessel 2 actions. You can check on the Germany. So one of our options is to deploy vessel type 2, so I can deploy submarine and give this submarine immediately 4 actions, or I can deploy vessel type 4, it's battleship Bismarck, and give this ship 2 actions. I'm a little bit worried to deploy battleship Bismarck at my first turn, so I will deploy submarine and I will give this submarine 4 actions, because submarine is represented by the number 2 and the second dice roll will represent number of actions for our enemy. So let's back to the map. Okay, the submarine, based on the help sheet, submarine is represented by the 1 dice and the dice value is only 1, because Submarine is a very dangerous vessel, but it's easy to destroy it if you are capable of. So I will be putting dice with value 1, and I am putting this dice to the right side of the map. Connected, this dice is placed on the, of course, on the blue part of the map, represented by waters, and this vessel must be touching the border. If there is, for example, landmass, then this vessel will be touching the landmass, not the border, of course. But because it's our first turn and I write down this row will be number 1, I have to put this vessel here. So I put U-boat here, represented by 1 dice, and don't forget, I select 4 actions, because U-boat is represented by number 2, and I gave this U-boat 4 actions. If you will check the help sheet of the Germany, you can see the submarine. Speed 2 is the value for this submarine, and the torpedo range is 3. You will see this range in action if there will be options for the enemy to attack my vessels. So because I know the speed value for submarine is 2, I can move this submarine. The enemy vessels are trying to reach our coastline as soon as possible. This is their main goal. During their movement, if they are capable to attack our vessels, they will do this. But because currently there are no my ships on this map and there is nothing around the U-boats, the U-boats will spend all 4 action and use movement towards my coastline. Because U-boats can have speed 2, so each action will represent speed 2 movement toward 2 hexes. So first movement 2 hexes, second movement 2 hexes, third movement 2 hexes, and fourth movement 2 hexes. Okay, I performed action for my enemy. So let's go back to turn structure. I write down the turn number, roll d4 dice, perform action for enemy, and now I will perform action for me as a player. I am able to play 1 or 2 cards from my hand. If I will play card number 4, let's showcase this. If I will play card number 4, it means I am able to spend 4 action points to deploy vessels or perform actions. This card, this number, will be used not only for perform actions. I can perform 4 actions, but because I don't have any vessels on the map, firstly I have to deploy some vessels. And when I want to deploy vessels, I have to pay the army points for this vessel. Let's check the Royal Navy help sheet, and you can see that if I would like to deploy aircraft carrier Victorious, it costs 7 points. That's why you are able to play more than 1 card. You are able to play 2 cards because you have expensive vessels and you should be able to deploy them. But sooner you are playing the cards is not very efficient, because you will see later when I spend card, I cannot use it again until I spend all the other cards. Currently, I played card with value 4, and for the next turns, I will be not able to play this card again until I play all the other cards. So if you are using 2 cards for the turn, you are able to quicker return back this card to the hand, but you will see each time you will use all the cards, there is a negative effect for you and positive for the opponent, you will see. So you have to be very careful how you are spending these cards. So let's back to our turn. I played card number 4. It means I have 4 actions for my vessels, or I can use these 4 points to deploy something. Don't forget, specialty for Royal Navy is that I'm starting the game with +1 action point. So I don't have 4 action points, I have 5 action points. I can use these 5 action points and deploy light carrier Unicorn, and this light aircraft carrier Unicorn is represented by 3 dice with value 2, and the cost of deployment is 5 points. So I will use all my points because I have 4 points for card and 1 point as extra for Royal Navy specialty. So this card will be discarded. This card will be discarded, and I cannot use this card again until I play all other cards from the hand. And for 5 points, I am able to deploy my ship somewhere around the left border. This is the starting location for my ships. I can put this ship anywhere I would like to. I don't have to put it in the first row. This row is only for the enemy. So I will put it somewhere here because I would like to be close to the submarine and basically get rid of this submarine before they can reach my coastline and retrieve spies. So I will put my dice, and my ship is represented by blue dice because blue dice is color for aircraft carriers, and I will use the value 2. Value 2 it means that the ship is not damaged and there are 3 planes on this ship available for me. You will see later during the game. Okay, let's go back to the turn order, and that's all. I played up to 2 cards. I deploy my first ship. Deployment of the ship costs 5 points. I used 4 points from card and 1 point from extra technology from my Royal Navy help sheet information. Okay, I think that's all for first turn. Let's go back to the map and play the second turn. Let's play the second turn of our solo game. We are playing for Royal Navy. This is our map, and our enemy is solo opponent is Germany. Let's perform the second turn for our game. Check back turn structure card. What we have to do at the start of each turn, we have to move ships with the spies. Currently, no spies are on the ships, so we are good to go to the second part. Write the turn number. Okay, now we have to select which row for the enemy will be the spawning row for the second turn. Again, it's very crucial to think about which row will be selected for this turn, because more and more numbers are write down, less options for you is to select the appropriate spawning rows. You will see later or during your gameplay, if you only have options to spawn enemy ships on the upper part of the map and your ships are located somewhere in the lower part, it's the longest distance for you to catch up these ships moving towards your border. So at the start of the game it's not so crucial, but later on it's very important to select appropriate row for the spawning. For these options I will use, for example, this row will be our second spawning row for enemy, and also this number is representing that we are playing the second turn from 15. We have to survive for 15 turns and collect as much victory points as possible. We have to survive. Okay, let's go back to the turn structure. Move ships. We don't need to move ships. There are no spies on the ships. Write the turn number. Roll d4 dice. I will roll 2 d4 dice, and let's say I roll number 3 and second dice roll ended number 3. What does it mean? It means I roll same number twice. If you rolled same number twice, you have to immediately unlock new technology for the enemy. There are 4 options for you for the Germany. There is battery range increase for the enemy ships, ship movement increase for the enemy, anti-air gun is upgraded. This anti-air gun is useful when you are attacking with your planes, and there is torpedo range increase for the enemy. Now we have to choose which upgrade will be available for the enemy immediately. We rolled 2 times number 3, so let's say I will use, I don't want to give a torpedo range because there is already a U-boat on the map. So I will give anti-air upgrade for the enemy, and I will write down this number 3 and number 3. It means that if you are in the future turns, if you will roll again 3 and 3, nothing happened. But if you will roll 2 times number 2 or 2 times number 4 or 2 times number 1, then another technology will be unlocked for the enemy. Okay, back to our rolls. We rolls 2 times number 3. Number 3 in Germany, for the German player, virtual player, number 3 is represented by the cruiser Prince Eugen. So we have to deploy this cruiser for the enemy, and we will immediately give 3 actions to this ship. This ship is represented by 2 dice. I will use two dice d6 for one color with white color, so it will be easier to know which ships are our and which ships belongs to the enemy. And of course I have to put this ship on the active row, and I select this row as active at the start of the turn because I write down number 2, and I will put this dice here, and this ship is represented by 2 dice. And don't forget, immediately perform 3 actions. There is no ships near to cruiser Prince Eugen, so enemy will use all 3 actions and try to move as fast as possible towards our coastline, because don't forget, their goal is to retrieve spies. So I will perform 3 actions, and I will be moving these ships. This ship speed is 2, so I am performing 1 action, moving 2 hex tiles, 2 actions, another 2 hex tiles, and third action, another 2 hex tiles. Okay, I performed action for the enemy. Let's go back to turn structure. Roll d4 dice. I perform this, and the last action is play up to 2 cards. This is the last part of the turn, and I will be playing right now cards to perform actions and deploy ships for my Royal Navy. I have 2 options in my hand. I can play number 2, or I can play number 3, or I can play both cards, because you can play up to 2 cards. And if I will play both cards, I have 5 points available to me. I will showcase this example during this turn. I play both of my cards. Because I played both of my cards, nothing left for me in the hand, and if you spent your last card, immediately opponent will receive extra dice d4. So next time we will be rolling dice for the enemy, we will be rolling not 2 dice d4 but 3 dice d4. Okay, I play 2 cards with value 2 and 3. I have 5 points. Don't forget, because I'm playing for Great Britain, their specialty, they have +1 action point each turn. So currently I have not 5 points, I have 6. I can use these 6 action points to move my ship, or I can deploy additional vessels. I can deploy Destroyer Scorpion for 4 points, or I can use these action points only to perform action with my current ship. And because this is my second turn and last turn I deploy aircraft carrier for 5 points, I forget to mark 5 crates, as I spent 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I spent 5 points, so 5 out of the 15 are currently spent because last turn I deploy aircraft carrier, and now I will use 5 plus 1 extra. I will use 6 points to perform some actions with my aircraft carrier. Aircraft carrier is capable to send planes. Planes are able to attack submarines, so I will try to send some plane and destroy enemy submarines. I have 6 points, so reach of my planes, I'm able to check it if I will look at my light aircraft carrier Unicorn. This is my ship currently on the map, and there is speed 1 and reach 6. Reach for the planes which are on this aircraft carrier. So if I will check the map again, I have three decks with planes. Each die is representing a part of the ship with the plane. If the plane is there, there is number 2. In case I will lose this plane, enemy ship can destroy this plane, shut down this plane. I will then reduce the number of these dice to number 1, and it means there is no such thing as a plane available on this part of the ship. But currently this ship is undamaged. There are number 2 on each part of the ship, so I can send plane from this part of the ship, and this plane, as I already show you, there is reach number 6. So I can reach with plane location up to 6 hexes from this part of the ship. So I can check. In case if I will send plane from this part of the ship, can I reach the U-boat? I will check it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I am not able to reach U-boat because this is the furthest location I can reach with my ship, with my plane, and securely fly back to the ship. So currently I am not able to send plane to attack this U-boat. I have to come closer with my ship. I will spend 1 action to move my ship towards the enemy. So 1 action was spent. Now I can send the plane, because when I will check again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, U-boat is within the reach of my plane. So the second action point, I will send the plane and destroy this U-boat. This U-boat is destroyed and I can collect first. Let's play the third turn. I will showcase another sample of the battle and how to attack enemy ships, and how enemy ships are capable of shutting down your planes. In this third round, don't forget, we already spent all cards from our hand during the last 2 turns. If we already spent all cards, now those cards will go back to our hands. So we have again full hand of 3 cards. Don't forget, because we spent all those cards, additional dice goes towards the enemy. So now the enemy will not be rolling only 2 d4 dice, but now enemy will be rolling 3 dice d4. So more and more, deeper and deeper you are into the game, enemy is spending more action and everything is more dramatic, and you have to think about every action, because it's always tougher and tougher to survive, and not allow enemy to to go to our border, and the spies will be boarded up to the ships. So now again we are starting at the number 3. Enemy is rolling 3 dice for actions, not 2 dice, and we have again full hand of cards, and we will use these cards for play actions and deploy new ships if we would like. Let's go back to the turn structure card. At the start of the turn, move ships with spies. No ships with spies on the map, so we will ignore this. Second part, write the turn number. So we are at the 3rd number, so I will write number 3, which row will be active for this turn. Let's say number 3 will be this row. Okay. And we will roll d4 dice for the enemy. Don't forget, we added additional die to the enemy because we already spent all cards. That's why less card you have in hand at the start of the game, more difficult the game is for you. Normal game is played with 5 cards at the hand, but we are playing the most difficult variant, and we already reduced our starting hand from 5 to 3 cards, and we are reusing these 3 cards. Every time we spend all the cards from the hand, opponent will receive additional d4 dice. There are 4 is the maximum for the opponent. So opponent can play up to with the 4 d4 dice. Currently the enemy is playing with 3 dice. So let's roll 3 d4 dice. Let's say our result will be enemy rolled number 1, then enemy rolled number 1, and enemy rolled number 4. Let's say this is the result of the roll for the enemy. In case we roll 2 times the same number, we have to perform a technology upgrade for the opponent. We already know that we performed technology upgrade once because we rolled 2 times number 3. That's why enemy anti-air gun is upgraded. And now we have to upgrade additional technology for the enemy because we rolled 2 times the same number. Number 1 and 1 will be placed in one of these technologies. I will give enemy torpedo range upgrade, and I will write down 2 times number 1. So next time we will roll 2 times number 1, nothing happened, but we already spent this upgrade, and the enemy is using torpedo range upgrade. Okay, because we rolled 2 times the same number, this number will be associated with the active enemy vessel for this turn. Number 1 for enemy is Condor bomber plane. Don't forget, each unit is represented with one value: 1, 2, 3, 4. If we roll 2 times the same number, it means this vessel or this enemy unit will be active this turn. Number 1 was rolled 2 times, so it means the bomber plane will be active this turn, and we will perform 4 action for this bomber plane. We have to check which airfield will be active. As you can see, and maybe you already remember, at the start of the game we added unique number from 1 to 6 to each of these airfields. It means these airfields will be activated in this sequence. Where is the number 1? Because there was no activation for the airfield yet. This is the first time we are activating bomber plane. It means the number 1 airfield will be used for this bomber attack. This is the location of the enemy bomber plane, and this plane will perform 4 times bomber attack, because there is 4 actions for this unit. There is only one our ship currently located on the map. It is our aircraft carrier, and this aircraft carrier is in big trouble right now. Let's see if the enemy bomber is capable of reaching our plane. You can check on the enemy help sheet for Germany. Kriegsmarine, there is Bomber Condor, and there is reach number 7. It means this bomber can reach location up to 7 hexes from the airfield. Let's check our airfield active for this turn. Airfield active is number 1 because this is the first time we are sending a bomber attack during this game. And let's count together. The closest line or closest plane can visit hexes not in a straight line like when we are firing from the ship. We can use the closest, and we can change the direction when we are sending plane. So we can now check if the bomber is capable of reaching our aircraft carrier. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It was very close, but the enemy is unable to reach our ship. Enemy can send 4 times this bomber, but every time the bomber was unable to reach our ship because we are too far from the airfield. And this is the only safest distance for plane to go back safely. So we are safe for now. It was very close. Maybe you are thinking about what is the best vessel for our game. It is aircraft carrier, or it is U-boat, or it's destroyer, or it's hard to say because each ship type has its own unique positive and negative attributes. For instance, aircraft carrier is perfect for attacking U-boats, but aircraft carrier is not able to withstand attack from another planes. When the enemy is sending planes toward our ship, if we have a ship like Battlecruiser Hood or destroyer with red dice, ships with red dice are able to shut down this plane. Aircraft carriers are not able to shut down enemy planes. It is not 100% accurate towards the history, but you must accept this is only game, and I cannot create one vessel which will be capable of everything, because every player will be using only one type of vessels. So this time you have to mix and match various type of vessels based on the enemy actions, based on what type of vessels are on the map for enemy. If you are using for instance battle cruiser or destroyers are capable of shutting down enemy planes, and also our aircraft carriers are able to send attacks to enemy ships, but there is always a chance that our planes sending planes to enemy ships, but there is always a chance that our planes will be shut down and we are losing planes, and then it could happen that our aircraft carrier will be without plane. Okay, let's go back to our game. We have cards in our hand. Enemy performed action. We were safe because the enemy bomber was not able to reach our aircraft carrier, and now we have to play up to 2 cards and perform action. Maybe now is the chance for our aircraft carrier to come closer to the enemy and try to send planes and attack this enemy cruiser. Now we will do this. We can play up to 2 cards, or we can play only 1. Let's play the number 4. I will play number 4 for this turn. It means I can perform 4 actions. Don't forget there is 1 extra action because we are playing for Royal Navy. So we have 5 actions. We can use these actions to deploy new vessels, or we can unlock technologies, or we can perform actions with our ships. So let's use it wisely. We have 5 action points, and I will perform firstly technology upgrade, and I will for 2 points can perform technology upgrade, and I will upgrade technology for planes reach. It means planes reach, it's technology with letter C, so I can on our map I can mark that C technology is unlocked, and because we already started with the A technology unlocked, it was extra action point for our army. So now Great Britain has extra action points as it was from the beginning, and now technology C, it means our planes reach is extended by 1 hex tile. Okay, I spent 2 action points to unlock this technology. From 5 minus 2, I have left 3 action points. I still can spend 3 action points during our turn. Oh, sorry, I can spend 3 action points. Our plane's reach was extended by 1 hex. So let's try and come closer with our aircraft carrier towards the enemy cruiser. I have 5 minus 2, 3. For 1 action points, I will change the course of this ship. So I will rotate this ship around 1 hex. Okay. 1 action point spent. I have still 2. For 1 action, I will move this ship, and movement of our speed value of our aircraft carrier is 1. So I can move only by 1 hex. I will move my ship. And now I will send, for the last action, I will send plane to attack enemy cruiser. Let's check firstly if the enemy ship is within the reach of our ship. We already know that the plane reach for our aircraft carrier is 6, but I already did upgrade, so 7. Let's check it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We are unable to reach enemy with our aircraft carrier. For this example, I will be cheating a little bit, but only to showcase you how our attack will be executed. So let's say our ship is even closer to the enemy. Okay, I'm cheating now, but only to showcase our attack. We have one attack, and let's check again if the enemy ship is within the reach of our plane. If I will send this plane from this part of the ship, there is reach 7. I have to check firstly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Enemy ship is within the reach of our plane. So for one action, I send this plane to attack enemy destroyer. Because enemy destroyer for Germany and any other destroyer is capable of using anti-air gun. Now I have to roll 2 dice, 2d6 dice, as a defense for this cruiser Prince Eugen. Because this ship is not damaged and both part of the ship is undamaged, there will be 2 dice rolled for the enemy ship. I will take 2 dice, 2d6 dice, and I will roll them as a defense, as an anti-air attack of this ship against my plane. Let's say I rolled number 5 and I rolled I rolled 5 and 1. If the ship is defending against plane attack and the rolled number are 6, then the attacking plane is shut down and the attacking player is not able to inflict any damage to the ship. But I rolled only 5 and 1. It will be a miss for the anti-air gun. But don't forget, I already upgraded technology for the Germany, and there is anti-air gun upgrade. It means that roll not only 6 is hit, but also if the enemy is rolling 5. As Prince Eugen rolled 2 dice and 1 dice showcase number 5, it means the plane was shut down and I was not able to inflict damage to the Prince Eugen. Here is our aircraft carrier. We already know that from this location I sent plane and this plane was shut down. So I have to change the value of this dice from 2 to 1. Each time your aircraft carrier is losing planes, you have to reduce the number of the dice from number 2 to 1. If your aircraft carrier contains 3 dice and 3 times you lose plane, then your aircraft carrier is no longer capable of sending plane. There is no planes on this aircraft carrier if there is all dice valued 1. But because I lose only 1 plane, there are still 2 planes for my future turns. Prince Eugen was able to shut down my attacking plane, and that's a victory point for enemy. So I will mark star from the right side.